I always knew it was easy to be a band conductor. Simple hand movements, and tell the flutes and clarinet players to play loud enough so they can be heard. Laramie at number 3, Kelly Walsh. First quarter, Kelly Walsh wearing the green. Matt Hayes was looking for a receiver downfield, but his aim was off a little bit, and instead he finds Brady Epler, who plays for the other team. Starting a drive at your own 2 may not be the best spot, but at least you stop the other team from scoring. 3 plays later, from the 5, Jason Upton on the QB draw. Watch the move that he puts on Brock Spiegelberg. There's a lane on the near sideline, and he is gone. 95 yards. That is how you get your team out of a jam from the wrong end of the field. Laramie is on the board, leading 7-0. The Trojans would answer. Hayes rolling out to his right, throwing again, better aim this time. Tyler Whitley makes the grab from 29 yards out. Not many passing highlights in this game, but that was one of them. The game was tied at 7 after the first 12 minutes. Second quarter, Spiegelberg will make a play this time. Checks in from 2 yards. He had 275 yards on the ground. That was his only TD of the game. KW now leads 14-7. The biggest problem for the Plainsmen in this game, turnovers. Upton will overshoot his receiver. Sage Coventry with the interception. One of 4 picks by the home team defense, which gave their offense plenty of opportunities. The Trojans had a lot of ball movement in this game, but their biggest problem was finishing drives. Hayes has to eat the ball. Benjamin Krusich with the sack. The score would stay at 14-7 going into the locker room. Third quarter, the visitors were trying to take advantage of a fumbled punt, but Upton's going to be picked off by Connor Schopp, a lineman, who returns the ball to midfield. The home team could not take advantage of the turnover, though. It was still 14-7 going into the final 12 minutes. Fourth quarter, Laramie finally got something going. This is Baxter Tuggle, and he has some room to run. 41 yards when it was all said and done. He had 147 yards in this game, and his team is in business. Next play, it worked once. Let's try it again and finish the job. Tuggle does just that, as he will find the promised land from 23 yards away. There's still plenty of time, and we have a new ball game with the score deadlocked at 14. Moving on. The Plainsmen were on the attack again, but another turnover would rear its ugly head. Upton is intercepted by Davion McAdam, and Kelly Walsh was in decent shape with a little more than half of a field to work with. And they would march. Hayes will call his own number and push his way in from 1 yard. Less than 3 minutes to go, and KW is back on top, 21-14. I mentioned those 4 interceptions earlier by Laramie. There was also a fumble, and this was the beginning of the end. Upton coughs it up. Schopp with the recovery inside the red zone. Kelly Walsh now has a chance to put the nail in the coffin. A couple of plays later, this is Spencer Wilson on a 16-yard run. Those turnovers were huge, as the Trojans made enough of them to get the win, 27-14.